Gina, Greg, and Menace.
What up? It's the Woody Show.
And the best alt tunes daily.
Every morning.
We're Alt 98.7.
LA's new alternative.
We look how people with food poisoning feel.
As a whole. The Woody Show. And we are into another new hour. Insensitivity training for a politically correct world. It is Monday morning. It's February the 3rd, 2025. I'm Woody. That's Greg Goring.
Good morning, Woody.
Menace is right now.
What is up?
There's Gina Grad.
Good morning.
Nice little text just came in from the 805. We love you all. And Gina, what a great addition to the show.
Oh, babe.
Hey.
Thank you.
That's so nice.
That's so great. I appreciate that.
Sammy, there's
Morning.
Seabass. Phones are open, 877-44-WOODY. You can hit us up with a text over to 22987. Hope your weekend was great.
Cheers. That's bad. That's good. Cheers.
All right, weekend cheers and jeers. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
I think, Woody, you'll be the only one as equally excited at my cheers, being that we're both HGTV addicts, and we need serious help. I have a couple of friends who I saw over the weekend. They're redoing their kitchen, and so for the first time ever, I went to a slab yard.
A slab yard.
I've always
Do
wanted
tell.
to go.
Yeah, I've been to those before.
Yeah.
It ruled. I mean, talk about selection and different materials, marble and quartz,
Travertine.
and quartzite and travertine and all the different.
Was it outside?
It was actually an indoor one, except it was freezing in
I
there.
mean, the quartz wasn't the only thing that was hard.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. The entire time. It was so cool. It was huge. It ruled. It made me want to just remodel stuff that it doesn't need remodeling. God, it was cool. It was everything I had dreamed of.
Craig, I saw a video,
slab yard.
and I meant to send it to you. I don't think I did. Did I send you the video where the people ripped out their quartz countertops and they replaced them with butcher block?
What?
No.
Oh, that's the thing now?
Why?
That's so
Why
70s.
would you do that?
That's
like, do you know how much
stupid.
maintenance that
Wouldn't
requires?
that get
How do you
messed up?
clean that?
Like
big
quartz requires no maintenance. Even granite requires some maintenance. You gotta
Yeah.
like
And marble
reseal it
does,
every
too.
once- Marble certainly does. Quartz, set it, forget it. You're good.
Love that.
Yeah.
You ripped that out
That's-
to put butcher block in there.
wow.
To make it look like a
It's
bar.
just so much
Stupid.
more like homey feeling, though.
Yeah,
you know?
it looks fine for about a minute. And then
Yeah.
talk about like all the scrapes and scratches and
yeah, you
know.
have to know how to clean it, and I think that you even maybe sand it or do
Oh,
something.
there's a
I think
ton of
that-
maintenance.
Yeah.
There's a
It's like
ton
a
of maintenance.
massive
But
pain in the
I
ass.
thought of
Probably.
Greg and I thought, wow, what an eye roll this would be.
Yeah.
No, the
Yeah.
most recent video you sent me was the carpet cleaning one.
Oh, right. See, that's the stuff that's our love
Love
language.
that.
That's
Right.
what that's what Greg and I bond over.
And to which I responded with an eggplant emoji.
All right, so you went to a slab yard.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was
Yeah.
everything I dreamed of. My jeers is to, yet again, lack of sleep and almost getting in a car crash to avoid hitting a possum.
Oh.
Did you guys say possum or a possum?
Possum.
Either's
Possum.
okay.
Possum.
No one says a possum.
No one says that.
But
Unless you're saying I almost hit a possum.
Exactly.
True, I almost hit a possum. Luckily I didn't, but I missed it by probably 3 inches.
Well, thank you
Oh,
on
and-
behalf of the possum community.
Get it out, veered, and it was not good.
Like
Slammed on the brakes like
anything small,
last year over one.
anything small enough that it won't do damage to my car. Like I'll swerve for deer or a dog or you know
Yeah.
something that's at least bumper height.
Oh, God.
Anything that's smaller than bumper height. Like I'm sorry, I'm not wrecking my car.
So the bunny had it coming.
Oh, the bunny, the squirrels,
Oh, really? This
birds,
possum
like
was-
those, those stubborn birds that sometimes are like,
Yeah.
are you going to move? Well,
Yeah.
I'm not
If
swerving.
we're playing
so
chicken, we're playing chicken.
yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Or
Yeah.
if it was like a possum.
This possum was raccoon sized. It was huge.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're the ones that like freeze in fear, so it probably couldn't move.
No, luckily it did kind of run off.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
It scampered and scurried.
Yeah.
They hiss.
They're ugly, but they're incredible animals.
Yeah, they are.
They're really
Yeah.
useful. They eat all kinds of crap.
Weekend cheers and jeers.
I got one. The Cheers went to a couple fun restaurants. Took the kid to one of those sushi conveyor belt places. that-
The best.
You know, like the sushi's all right,
Yeah.
but it's just such a fun experience, and you get a little toy.
So much fun.
And then the husband and I did a little romantic early dinner last night while the kid was with a friend. We got to get a babysitter, man.
Thank you. You
mean?
posted this. I saw this. So she posted on Instagram,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's pictures of her and Andy out
Nice.
having
Yeah.
having this nice evening, and they
Yeah.
looked so happy.
We were. God.
And her
Yeah.
caption was like, "Please, I don't know how people with kids like. How do you find the time?" And I commented on. I go, It's what I've been telling you since the very beginning. It's called a babysitter.
But
They
like,
just got invented.
There are plenty of people who
were
are looking for
raised-
some extra money.
we were raised on HBO and babysitters.
Okay, but,
wait,
like-
how do you find one?
What do you mean, how do you find one? It's easy to find them.
That
They're
is a good
everywhere.
question. Where do you find one that you trust?
Yeah,
Okay,
like how
so
do you
are
find
you-
one that's not going to burn my house down and steal the kid? like they'd want
My
an extra
babysitter,
kid.
when I was 6, was doing cocaine with her friends.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
well,
And they
you had a
broke
lot of
some
Okay.
shit.
That's good. That means she was on high alert.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on where Menace went to school or where Menace grew up. Or
Like, is there like a babysitter website?
I mean, you could go to something like care.com.
Okay.
Because the babysitters will post on their,
And they're
availability.
vetted.
They're
or-
vetted.
Yeah. But the other thing is, are your kids in any activities? Where do your kids go to school? A lot of times there's like
Yeah.
teacher's assistants or whatever. Like that's how we have found them. And then once you have one, they always have friends.
True.
That's true.
And we've never had a babysitter who's been under the age of 24.
Oh, okay. Because
Okay.
we're not trying to get like a 16-year-old.
No, neither are we.
Okay.
Well, word of mouth. You go to soccer games and
I know, we do.
activities.
You're
just
right.
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
people.
And at
But
this
a
point,
lot of people have like, oh, it's our nanny. Like,
No.
we don't have a nanny.
no.
See, I babysat though for people that I worked with. Like I was young at a
true.
radio station, and someone
Okay.
was like, "Hey, can you babysit?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Hey,
great."
Sammy,
'cause
can
I
you
was
babysit?
part-time.
Yeah, same here.
But
You want to make some bucks?
at this point, like my wife and I will only use them if we're going out of town. If there's an overnight.
Right. Well, your kids are older.
The kids are older now, but like for a weekend getaway,
Yeah.
those are important. You got to make it happen.
Yeah, you're right. I'm
You really do.
Trust
None of this
me,
stuff.
I'm on board because we're just like a little traveling threesome band of gypsies wherever we
Nah.
go. And the jeers.
But you only have the kid part time though,
no,
too.
well, it depends.
Oh, okay. I
So-
thought the kid was going back and forth. I was say because you have some built-in time there, which is oh my god. My wife and I were talking about that recently with people who have like
Yeah.
shared custody or whatever. Man, how great is that?
It's worth
Like,
a divorce.
you have-
And half the Christmases.
Yeah,
know.
you just
Right.
move down the street and then you can just
Yeah.
get some time
Yeah.
off. But when we have them all the time, it's like, wait, okay, how do we do this? My jeers, I didn't realize I was such a loving daughter. I should actually be patting myself on the back. I didn't realize how often my mom and I talk or like text. I realized over the weekend I hadn't talked to her in like 3 days. I freaked out. And when I say I didn't talk to her, I mean she didn't respond to any of my texts for 3 days. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I had such a panic attack. I started texting her friends like, we'll check on her later. I'm like, check on her later. Go there now. Like I started to freak out. And then finally my mom's like hearted one of my jokes or some dumb thing I sent her. I was like, where were you?
Okay, so it was nothing of like
Yeah.
importance or urgency.
No, it was just no response.
Oh, okay,
And I
not-
that's
freaked out.
scary.
It really freaked me out. And she was like, oh, sorry, honey. Like, I'm flattered.
Yeah,
busy.
And I was like, please. She should have such a social life that she doesn't think about me. That's the greatest thing I could think of. But I really, it sent me into a cold sweat for a couple hours.
What
so
a bitch.
Cheers, Mom. You
Yeah.
can't put a ha-ha on my joke to make sure I know you're alive.
Selfish.
I hear what you're saying, but I had this thought recently. Why does everything require a response? Like some things that people say
Yeah.
or send don't
Like, that could
require
be the
a
end of it.
response.
Because we're
But we
wired
f-
that way now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like I'll be sitting there talking to my wife, and she'll say something, and it's more of a statement,
Right.
And she'll
Yeah.
go, "Did you hear him?" I go,
I do
"Yeah."
that to my
Well, how about a
husband.
response to what? You just made a statement. It wasn't worthy of a response.
You should say confirmation of receipt of your
Just
message.
like-
right. Yeah. She wants like a red message or
Just give
something.
like a grunt or something.
Yeah, like she wants
Yeah,
to.
I'm sitting right here. I heard you.
Alright.
Yeah, but like
All right.
what you said did not. You didn't say. Do you agree
Yeah.
or what do you think? There was no.
I
It
get
was just
that.
a statement.
But when you're a mother and daughter who constantly send like dumb recipes and bad jokes about
Yeah.
cats, you want to make sure they're breathing.
Yeah. Weekend cheers and jeers.
Cheers. I went to go see Jelly Roll. He did a benefit show for first responders and firefighters, and it was so good. You know, everybody loves Jelly Roll, and he just puts on a great show. He had a bunch of special guests, too. Shinedown, they came out and they killed it. Marshmello, Public Enemy, Lainey Wilson.
Damn.
And he even got a bunch of the prisoners who went and fought the fires.
Oh, yeah.
Like, made a section for them and got them to go out for the night to see the show.
Yeah, they were
Wow,
allowed
they
to
were
out.
allowed to.
Yeah, I mean they were heavily guarded, but yeah.
They
But
were
he's
chained together.
known to do that too, where he'll he visits prisons a lot, and he'll say,
he
"Hey,
used to live in one.
yeah," he's like, "Hey, can I get this prisoner out for the night to come sing
That's very cool.
Oh wow.
at a show or whatever?" So
I'm glad they did that.
He does that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, if they went and fought the fires, like let them out for a night, it's fine. Also, just like, yeah, everyone just like coming together and just seeing, supporting again. I mean, this was going on for a couple of weeks now, but everyone just in a good mood and, enjoying themselves. I think my only jeers though, like, big Grammy weekend, and I watched the red carpet that E puts on, and it's so bad. And I used to look forward to it every single year because, I love Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
And she's like,
Who are you wearing?
she was so good at it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And this had to be the worst I've ever seen.
Well, if it wasn't Joan Rivers, nobody else would be allowed to do what Joan Rivers
Totally.
did.
That's true.
Because it would
But
all
they
be
could find
considered
somebody-
shaming.
A gauche.
Yeah, but then they could
bullying.
at least find somebody that's entertaining or make it entertaining. It was so boring. I will give this to E though. They had an after show that was really, really good, but like the red carpet's so boring. So what I did was I started watching the AP red carpet, which was way more entertaining and ended up being like the most drama and controversial one because I don't know if you saw this, but the people from the AP, which is the Associated Press, they were doing an interview with Babyface, and in the middle of the Babyface interview, they see Chaperone in the background, and they interrupt their own interview
To go get her?
to go get Chaperone. Like, go Chaperone, like as Babyface is responding to their questions, and the internet did not like that at all.
How rude.
It started like blowing up the AP, and like every single comment on their Instagram is like, how could you do that? That's very disrespectful. And like the girl that did that, her Instagram, she had to shut off the comments. So that ended up being way more entertaining than the E red carpet. But
Greg, what were you and Gina were just talking about Chaperone this morning, like off the air.
Yeah.
What was the?
She's a total tryhard.
Yeah, she looked like she was in like a kid's like theater costume. She had like a big pointy princess hat and like crazy eye makeup, and Greg's not feeling the look.
Not feeling it.
I know she's a singer, obviously, but I don't know. I couldn't. If I heard a song, I couldn't. Oh, that's Chaperone.
Your daughter knows Pink Pony Club.
I might have heard the song, but I couldn't tell you. Oh, that's Chaperone.
Right.
All I know is I do hate her face, and I hate her name.
And she's
I immediately
also-
judged the name. I don't know why I don't like the Chaperone. It's like
She named herself after her grandpa or something.
cool.
Yeah.
That's where the name.
Yeah,
she got her
but
stage
it's
name.
like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I judged it before I
Yeah.
saw
I get it.
yeah.
Maybe she's a wonderful person. I really don't know. I'm saying
Look,
like I don't
she
like her
could be
face and I don't like
a
her
modern
name.
day saint for all I know.
She could be great. Yeah.
But she's also one of those people that doesn't want to be famous.
Oh, really?
Well, then go work in an office.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can find those jobs.
Go adjust some claims.
Those jobs are easily found.
I enjoy Chaperone. I
Yeah.
think she's really good.
All right, what about you, Sammy? Weekend cheers and jeers.
My cheers is just everything being at our fingertips. I kind of like realized that this weekend. I was watching that new movie Saturday night about the 90 minutes leading up to the first SNL episode. It was so good. I loved it. Watched that movie. And then the movie ends right as the first scene of the first episode starts. So you don't get to see kind of the first episode of SNL as part of the movie. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll just go to Peacock right now, find the first episode of SNL and watch that. And I was like, man, I didn't even have to really hunt anything down or do anything. It was so nice.
It's amazing.
And it was just right there.
We're in the future.
Good that you appreciate that.
Did you watch the SNL 50 documentary?
No, I haven't watched that
I watched
yet.
that one over the weekend. That was really good. And it followed up with the documentary just on the cowbell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
on
did
the
watch.
cowbell.
I watched some. They must have posted that
Skit,
clip
yeah.
online because that was online like maybe like a week or
Oh,
so
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So I ended up watching that documentary just on the cowbell skit, which
Wow.
was really good.
Nice. All right, well, I'll have to watch that. And then my jeers is to how expensive vitamins are. I had no idea I needed to go get vitamins. And of course, I get like the gummy ones because
Yeah.
who wants to take the real
Delicious.
vitamins?
Yeah.
And they were so expensive. I just couldn't even believe it.
You can find some coupons online, though.
They were on sale and they were still expensive. It was buy one,
They
get
are
one free. And I was
expensive.
still like, how did I spend this much on vitamins? Because they're like, oh, well, and you need the multivitamin, but then you also need to get vitamin D and that's not in the multivitamin. And then you also have to get iron and that's not in the multivitamin. So you have to get all these
Really?
separate vitamins too.
Why
Is
do
your
you
first-
multi then?
Yeah. Them
The whole
vitamins.
thing.
No, I
Vitamins.
get you, though. They are very expensive.
What kind do you get?
it's like nature something.
Oh,
The
Nature
Made.
Oh yeah,
or-
the
Yeah,
yellow,
and the
the
yellow.
yellow.
Are they gummies?
Yeah, of
I
course.
picture
they're
you of a
gummies.
gummy
Of course.
vitamin
I don't
person.
God, I hate the regular ones.
Yeah.
And I hate that I have to take the iron ones because it's going to make my poop all weird. It's the worst.
What?
Yeah, it like makes you constipated.
Do they have
Oh.
some generic brand that's cheaper? Or store brand? Just
Who wants that?
No, I mean, the thing is that the price difference wasn't that much, and I think they're going to taste more gross.
Oh.
Oh.
And
No.
it just wasn't that big of a difference.
Gina, were you the one that said like you can't really swallow pills?
Can't, won't, can't.
Really?
Can.
Even like a Tylenol?
I can. Here's the thing. I can only do it as an adult, a grown woman, if I eat some food and then about to swallow and throw the pill in at the last second. Like, oh, how'd that get in there?
Even a
Otherwise-
Tylenol?
You're a dog.
Oh yeah, I can't do any pills. unless
Really?
yeah. In fact, when people like when people take a handful of pills,
Yeah,
I
do
look.
that.
How?
What do you mean? There's like 3 or 4 that I have each morning, and I'll take them out of. Because yes, I have a pill separator thing.
Yeah,
because I don't want to
we're
do that in the morning.
elderly.
Like open up 3 different things.
I'm with you on
Yeah,
that.
I know. It feels so dumb. It feels so lame having one of those things. It feels. Yeah,
You're senior
Is
citizen.
it at least matte black? or
Yeah, it's
something?
really cool. It's black.
And
yeah,
then
right.
you have your
It is
AMs
black.
and PMs.
Yeah.
No, it's just one because
Does
I
it
want
have
to take
flames on it?
it's once a day stuff. You know, it's
Okay.
like that anti depression, whatever that
Yeah.
stupid.
Uh-huh.
And then like
Celexa,
a vitamin or
a
two.
vitamin, and I take that daily allergy pill I told you to keep
Yeah.
from getting
Wow.
the sinus infections.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And those 3, boom, and then I'll just throw them in there, and then grab whatever I brought up to bed the night before, as far as like a drink goes, and just do. I'm done. I don't
Wow.
understand. Like, what's the big deal?
I-
You swallow
I can't-
food and things all the time.
I can't get it down. I mean,
You
even
can.
when I was.
It's a mental thing. You
Yeah.
can.
But
It's
even when I was
mental.
getting my braces on, they put cotton balls do not agree with Gina. Like I have such a gag reflex. Like get stuff out of my mouth, leave me alone. I'm such a good
How'd your
wife.
husband feel about
I know,
that?
it sucks
you know
for
what
your
I'm
husband.
asking, but
Certain things, there are certain.
they just go down easy.
Well, not easy, but you do it for the love of the game.
Oh.
You know, and you get creative with other appendages.
Okay. Well, maybe that's when you put the vitamins or your Tylenol in there, like right before.
Yeah.
You know.
I need a heads up. I need a heads up.
He's like, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
about to. Hold on.
Eat
And
some
I
you
need my
cheese.
ibuprofen.
you throw your allergy pill in there and your vitamin.
Okay, I'm ready.
So is that your Cheers, Woody? The
Huh?
vitamin pill separator?
Was that your
No.
cheers?
Yeah, which
No, we were
Cheers?
talking about Sammy, and then
Yeah.
it reminded me. I thought it was so
Yeah, I
strange.
can't
when
do
it-
it. Well,
You're
when
just
people
so
take
excited.
those, what are they, like cod liver oil capsules
Oh,
that are like
yeah.
the size of your fist and just
Yeah.
throw it in, no biggie.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Cheers, and it's super lame, kind of like the pill separator thing. Was my wife and I made a very productive trip to Costco happen.
Oh, hell
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, and I do like going to Costco.
It's the best.
But it's like, man, like we just really enjoyed our trip. And my wife even sent me the clip from, what was that, Old
Trip.
School?
Oh.
You know, like where Wilford's like, yeah, so like, you know, if maybe we'll go to like Home Depot. Like, what are you doing this weekend? And she goes, swap out Home Depot for Costco. And
That's you guys.
And here's the jeers. It kind of wore us out.
Oh,
Yeah, because
wow.
like
Really?
we were
What are you,
spent.
90?
Yeah, we were spent after that, and that would be my jeers.
Yeah.
My jeers. Even though I slept for 12 and a half hours
Uh-huh.
Friday and the Saturday, I was mega exhausted. Like I cannot get sleep.
You're always trying to catch up.
No. I said I can't. Even if I sleep and I get all my stats look good and everything else, I'm still fatigued and exhausted, which leads me to believe I probably have some kind of like cancer or
More
something.
than likely.
Because people talk about that, like when you start hitting a
Yes.
wall, like the
Yeah.
fatigue
Yep,
is like one of the
it's
biggest
true.
signs. So now all I can think about is how I have cancer.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, aren't you going to get one of those full body scans?
I'm gonna get that.
Get it soon, please.
Yes,
Is
I'm
it like
I'm gonna get that.
thyroid or something?
And I also want to
Yeah,
let
it's
you guys know, and I sent this
autoimmune.
to Greg over the weekend when I was at Costco. At Costco, you were able to get 2 dozen
right.
eggs. The packages are 2 dozen.
Yeah.
$7.
That's
All right.
Nice.
So for all you egg fanatics who can't get enough about the eggs
Yeah.
right now,
It's all about the
I
eggs.
found you a deal.
Thank
Costco,
you.
2 dozen large eggs, and they have cage free. They have free range, and they also have the brown ones. $7, 2 dozen.
Are people
Wow.
loading up?
You got to resell these on the third party market.
877-44 Woody. Text us over to 22987. There's your weekend jeers, guys. We'll take a quick break and come back. It is The Woody Show.
The Woody Show will be right back.
That's all I needed to hear.
Alt 98.7. LA's new alternative. Alternative